Happy and blessed morning to you all children. In this session, we are going to see the multiples and submultiples of SI units. What is an SI unit, children? The common set of units to express measurements throughout the world. This system is called the International System of Units or System International Units, or otherwise you can just call SI units. Now let's see the multiples and submultiples of SI units. Children, this table is really very important. This is nothing but the same table. I have written it over here. Why? How we have arrived this 1 by 10, 1 by 100, 1 by 1000, and then 1 by 1 after this 9 zeros, nanometer, that is called nanometer. How we got this? Let me explain to you. So we all know that 10 centimeter is equals to 1 decimeter, children, and 10 decimeter is equals to 1 meter. 100 centimeter is equal to 1 meter. 1000 millimeter is equals to 1 meter. Everything is in meters, children, and then this after 1 you have 9 zeros, that is called nanometer, and this nanometer is equals to 1 meter. Now for example, if I take the measuring tape, children, if I take the measuring tape, I want you to just see the measuring tape. Children, here 10 it is given right, children. Actually in the scale we will not see decimeter, children. Only millimeters are there, centimeters are there. And see here the 10 and 20, these are decimeter. So 10 centimeter is equals to 1 decimeter. So 10 centimeter is equals to 1 decimeter. Again one more 10 centimeter is equals to 1 more decimeter. Again 1 more centimeter is equals to 1 more decimeter. So how many are there? There are 10 decimeters are there. See here. And for this 100. In 100, how many tens are there, children? 10 tens are there, isn't it? So 10 decimeter is equals to 1 meter. 1000 meter is equal to 1 kilometer, children. I have written this table from this table, children. The same thing, I've just written it over here. Only thing, 100 centimeter is equal to 1 decimeter is missing here. I've just added for your better understanding, children. Now let's move on to the table. Multiples and submultiples of units. Here the first column, what do we have? It's prefix. What is prefix, children? A prefix is a letter or group of letters which is added to the beginning of a root word. What is a root word, children? Meter is the root word, and to meter it is added in the beginning. That is called prefix. So decimeter, centimeter, millimeter, nanometer, kilometer. So all these words are added in the beginning of a base word. That is why it is called prefix. Now let's move on to the next column, that is abbreviation, children. So for deci, what is the abbreviation given? It is D. And for centi it is C, and for milli it is M, nano it is N, and kilo it is K. And remember, children, all this should be in small letter or lowercase. Now go to the next table, children, multiples and submultiples. I want you to just listen to me very carefully. Submultiples, submultiple and multiple. What is submultiple, children? Now the standard unit is meter, and the lower units of meter, the smaller units of meter are called submultiples. And higher units, see 1 meter is there, kilometer is a higher unit, right, children? So you have to multiply. So that is multiples. See, submultiples are lower units of meter, and multiple is the higher unit of meter. So for decimeter, 10 decimeter is equal to 1 meter. And what is the submultiple? 1 by 10. How do we get this, children? 1 by 10. Same thing, children. See, 10 decimeter is equals to 1 meter. Already we know that 10 decimeter is equals to 1 meter. Isn't it, children? So learn this, children. Is very, very important. 10 decimeter is equals to 1 meter. Just crisscross it. You get 1 by 10 meter. And that is what is written over here. Can you see here how we got this 1 by 10? You may be wondering, how did we get this 1 by 10? How did we get this? From here only we got. And next we have 100 centimeter is equals to 1 meter. I've just taken this from here. 100 centimeter is equals to 1 meter. And then for 1 centimeter is equals to how many meter, children? Just crisscross it, 1 by 100. And this is 1 by 100th meter. 100th of meter, that is a submultiple because it is lower than that. Now come here, children. Submultiple is 1 by 100. Now we know how did we arrive at this 1 by 100. The same way submultiple is 1 by 1000 for millimeter. Same thing, children. Same thing. 1000 millimeter is equals to 1 meter. So 1 millimeter is equals to how much? How many meters? So you will just crisscross it and you get 1 by 1000. 1 by 1000 meters. Clear, children? That is how we got the submultiple 1 by 1000. So 1 part in 1000, children. That is what is the meaning. Children, what is the next one? It is nanometer. Nanometer, children. See, for the first time you are learning about nanometer. How do we write this nanometer? First write 1 and then followed by 9 zeros. That is called nanometer. I'll repeat once again. Nanometer is first you have to write 1 and followed by 9 zeros. If you write it, that is called nanometer. And this nanometer is equal to 1 meter. And so how do we write, children? Just crisscross it and write it for 1 nanometer. So what do we do? 1 divided by, after crisscrossing, 1 divided by, just write 1 and then followed by 9 zeros. That will give you, see, children, this is very, very small unit, children. Very tiny unit. Imagine, children, now I'm just taking this 1 millimeter, just 1 millimeter, this distance. Can you all see, children, this distance? This you have to divide into 1 lakh time, children. This you have to divide into 1 lakh time. Can you imagine how tiny it will be? With naked eye, we cannot see this nanometer. We just cannot see. It is very, very tiny unit, children. Okay, let's see here. So that is what we got it here, and that's how we got this answer. So 1, after that you have 9 zeros, nanometer. That is called nanometer. Children, you can just remember like this, nano 9, and so 9 zeros are there in nanometer. And that is equal to 1 meter. And the next one is what, children? That is multiple. So far we have seen all the submultiples, that is lower units than meter. They are called submultiples. And what is the next one, children? 1000 meters equals to 1 kilometer. So this is a higher unit of meter. This is higher unit of meter, and so it is multiple of that. Clear, children? So submultiple, now we have learnt what is submultiple and what is multiple. Multiple means higher unit of meter. Submultiple is lower unit of meter. And for submultiple, we have to divide. That is 1 by 10, 1 by 100, 1 by 1000 and 1 by that nanometer. And 1000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer, children. And that is why it is a multiple of meter, children. See, 1000 meters, so it is a multiple of meter, children. So higher unit of meter. And that is the reason they have given multiple 1000. Did you all understand this table, children? Now let's move on to the next table. Measure the objects or event given in the table using suitable measuring units and express them with suitable multiple and submultiples. So what we need to do, we need to just measure this, and then measuring units you have to write it, and then whether they are submultiples or multiples, that also we have to mention. That is what is the table. Now what is given first, children? Pencil. Let me take pencil. What is the activity given? Length of tip of the pencil. So length of tip of the pencil we need to measure. Now length of the tip of the pencil, now I'll just keep it here. The tip of the pencil, I cannot use centimeter, but what is the smaller unit than centimeter? That is millimeter. Now can I see? I think I can see only three finer lines, and so 3 millimeter. So measuring unit is meter or kilogram or second. We have to write it in the column. So meter, for length it is meter, so I have just written it meter, and then sub-multiple and multiple. Now what is this, children? Millimeter only we have measured, right? Is it a multiple or a sub-multiple? It's a sub-multiple, lower unit, that is lower than meter, and so it is sub-multiple. Did you all understand, children? What is the next one? It is pen. Now let me take the pen. The length of the pen. Always remember, length is what, children? Meter. So measuring unit is what? For length it is meter. So what do? We just measure the length of the pen and keep it on 0, and then measure it, and it is around, it is 14.4 centimeter, children. 14 centimeter and 4 millimeter. Now see, length of the pen is written, see, it is asked length, and so we are just writing meter. The measuring unit is what? Meter. And is it a multiple or sub-multiple, children? Centimeter is lower than meter, and so it is sub-multiple. And let's move on to the next one. And the distance between two cities, children, can we measure it using centimeter or millimeter or meter? Then it will be a big number, that is like, million and billion. So according to the unit, according to the convenience, we have to select the unit. Now here we have to select only kilometer, and it is not the meter. Now kilometer is what, children? Meter, the higher value or low value? It is a higher value than meter, and so it is the multiple and not the sub-multiple. Did you all understand, children? Let's go to the next one. Now what is this? Mass of dry fruits on table. Or on the table, what is given? Dry fruits are given. Now dry fruits is mass. What is the unit, measuring unit? It is kilogram. So let's write kilogram. And the mass can be written in milligrams or grams. You can just get it. Milligrams or grams, you can just get it. And it is the lower unit, and so it is sub-multiple. And next we have the ornament, children. What is asked? What is the activity, children? Mass of ornaments we have to find out. So what is the measuring unit? Meter can we write? No, meter we cannot measure. Kg? Yes, of course. Mass is measured by kg, kilogram. And you would have gone to the jewelry shop, children, along with your parents, isn't it, children? There your parents would have bought so many grams, 10 grams or 20 grams, like chain or any ornament. So this can be written as milligram or gram, and this is the sub-multiple, lower unit, and so it is sub-multiple. And next we have the race. See, children, see the picture. All the athletes are standing on the at the starting point, and they are ready to move now. See the time taken to finish 100-meter race. Now how do we find out what measuring unit you use? So seconds we will be using for time, and so multiple and sub-multiple also second. And this is what is the table, children, and this table you have to by heart it. Please learn all these formula, and practice makes the man perfect, and so practice again and again and again, children. God bless you all, children. Thanks for watching. This is your Stella ma'am signing off from Learn with Stella.